Today's video is going to be over this MONSTRUM 1:6x24 power first focal plane half MOA per click rifle scope. It is a low variable power setup, and I appreciate MONSTRUM for sending this to me. I've had it for over 3 weeks now, and I've tested it for almost every day, and a lot of you have seen it in past videos. And it is deadly accurate even for such low power. Again, max is 6 power, but it is a 30mm tube, so it does bring in a lot of light. And it has target style turrets where you can reset the turret to zeros once you get your zero found for whatever you put this on. And I have it on a air rifle. It would be great on a hunting rifle or a rimfire, centerfire, doesn't matter. This scope would be awesome because then also it comes with the scope rings. You get scope caps, as you can see here I'm running. You get the essentials, the cleaning cloth, all that to put this on your rifle right out of the box. And if you guys are interested in the scope after this video, check the link in the description below. With that said, you guys have seen some awesome shooting with this scope, side shot or not, and I've done pesting and target practice out to 100 yards, no problem. So I'm going to show you those clips now if you missed them. He's down. Woo! There we go. Woo! 3 cards back to back, 25 cal, 50 yard. Now the question remains, how well does it track? Because it being a half MOA per click, what does that mean? Well, at 50 yards, that's a hair over a 1/4 inch, which is a half MOA at that distance, and then at 100 yards, a half MOA means a little bit over a 1/2 of an inch. So you get a lot of adjustment out of the scope per click. And if you're shooting a larger target, I wouldn't say precise shooting by no means, it would be great for getting your scope dialed in really quick because you move a lot of distance per click in this scope. So now I'm going to show you the box test, and you could tell that these target turrets are very audible. And they're spot on. Okay guys, I'm going to start this box test here. I'm going to go up 4 MOA on the dial at 50 yards here, which 1 click should equal about a 1/4 inch, just a little hair over because it's MOA and not inches. So I'm going to go ahead and go up. And the reticle went down. I'm going to go back. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to go to the right, 4 MOA. Reticle should move left. Go back. Spot on. Yep, on the 0 mark. Woohoo! Well, that's good. Now, since this is a first focal plane, I'm going to zoom out. That was on 6 power. Here's 1 power. Here's 2 power. Here's 3 power. 4 power. And there's 6 power. I couldn't get to the 5th mark on the 5th power because the extended throw lever is in the way of the side shot scope clamp. So if you're a fan of these low power scopes, I definitely recommend this one. There are others obviously out on the market like it. Again, MONSTRUM sent this one to me to review for you guys, and it did have an updated reticle. They used to have the like horseshoe upside down in the reticle because this was the G2 version of the scope, but they actually updated it, the reticle, right before they sent it to me. As you've seen, it's like a box. I call it the kill box, which I think is pretty awesome. Again, for hunting and stuff like that. Not so much for target practice unless you're hitting a good sized target, because I'm not a big fan of the dots as the reticle, but that's just me. I like a fine crosshair. But with that said, I have no complaints out of this scope. You've seen me shoot probably before. If not, you know, I could shoot on low power, no problem, at farther ranges because of my eyes. You know, I wear contact lenses, which gives me 15-15 vision. I know some people need to see really good and have a more high magnification scope. But again, you know, this isn't set up for, you know, those precise shots where you're going to try to be hitting paper thin objects out to 200-300 yards. But it does get the job done if you're going to hit bigger targets, in my opinion. Especially with the 30mm tube, you gain a lot of light in this. And it being first focal plane, the distance between the measurement lines or mil dots in the scope itself are always equal to each other, no matter what power you're on. So 1 mil at 50 yards is 1.8 inches, whereas 100 yards, it's 3.6 inches of adjustment, whether you're hold over or hold under. And I really cannot get enough of this scope. As you can tell, I've been shooting with it for the past 3 weeks, like I mentioned. And for what it is, it's pretty awesome. So again, I want to give a big shout out to MONSTRUM for sending this to me and contacting me, asking me if I wanted to take a look at it. I truly appreciate it. A lot of you seen one of their scopes before on the channel a while ago. But again, this such a low power scope, you get a wide field of view, and you know, for the purposes I would use it for, it works fine because I really enjoy it. So I appreciate you guys watching as always. Thanks again, and I hope to see you on the next one.